Good morning, everybody. You have reached Societal Deconstruction with Bryce and Boat here in Central Florida. We're going to be discussing today living in the shadow of Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I've lived here all my life, so I grew up going to the parks, and back in the day it was definitely manageable for a middle-class family to, have annual passes and go all the time, but no longer, because there's a lot of things going on at Disney, especially post-COVID.
Indeed, indeed.
So, we've heard about, DeSantis revoking their tax benefits because of the whole "don't say gay" thing. We won't get into that, but whenever a tax district gets dissolved in Florida, it gets pushed onto the surrounding districts. So now that Disney isn't getting their tax breaks, it's getting put onto, Osceola, Orange, and whatever.
Lake.
Yeah, Lake.
Orange. You said Orange.
Whatever it is, Four Corners area.
Polk.
It is
Polk, Osceola, Lake, and Orange.
But regardless, do you think that's good or bad for Central Florida? Because the tax break started when back in the 60s when they wanted Disney to build a park here, but that had to get renewed this last election, or not election, but last legislative phase, and DeSantis said no more tax breaks for Disney. What do you...
So what's happening with the counties? Are they getting tax breaks or are they losing tax breaks?
No, well, neither. We're probably going to pay more because now Disney isn't getting their tax breaks, so they're getting almost like, I forget what counties Disney is in. You're pretty much your own county.
I think it's Orange and Osceola.
Yeah, that lost revenue is going to get put onto them.
Yeah.
So initially, it'll probably be bad for the surrounding areas, but I think in the end, it's probably better that Disney pays taxes, no?
You know what's funny? That reminds me, when you talk about taxes at Disney and that kind of thing. I worked at a little strip club down 27, almost to 192, on 27, and it's been there for like 25 years or something. It's called.
Got grandfathered in.
Yeah, Cabaret. What's it called?
Cabaret 27.
Club 27 Cabaret. Mm-hmm. And I bartended there. I wasn't a dancer, which nothing wrong with that, but I just bartended.
I didn't know you worked there.
Yeah, I learned a lot of stuff there. I'd never really been in strip clubs or anything like that before. But yeah, it's like the little redheaded stepchild. Disney hates them, but they're grandfathered in, and Disney can't get rid of them. And they're like, I called it Disney for dads, because when they were on, all the families on vacation, all the dads would sneak in there when the wives were sleeping or with the kids or whatever. And all the dads would be like, I'm down here with my family. Can I have a beer, please?
Are there any strip clubs in like Orlando?
There are. They're by BT, Orange Blossom Trail.
Okay.
I've never been to any of them, and I don't know. I've never seen them, but I know they're down there.
Out of Disney's jurisdiction, I see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Like I said, back in the day, my dad, who's a single dad, was able to get annual passes for me, him, and my sister, and we'd go all the time. But that's just not possible now.
I wonder how much those cost back in the day. Oh. Annual passes, what, maybe like $50 or something?
No, they were like $100.
Still?
Yeah, per person, but it's an investment.
I remember I worked with a girl whose husband worked at Disney, and she'd gone so much that she was over it, I guess, and she gave me a whole envelope of just free Disney passes, and we had like, we could go to each park like twice, me and my two kids, for free. And we got free parking because they were like the upgraded passes for the employee or whatever. We got the free parking, and I mean, we went for nothing. All we had to buy was food. It was great.
Yeah, when you live in Central Florida, you generally know enough people to maybe get you in for free.
Yeah, that was the only time it ever happened, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah, there was another time that reminds me, my daughter's birthday. I think she was turning 5, and we took her and the whole family to Disney, and her birthday's January 10th, so it was cold. It was one year where it almost snowed here. I think it snowed in northern Florida, it snowed in Georgia, it almost snowed here. It was like 20-something degrees.
I remember that, actually. It was either like 2010 or early 2010.
It was 2010, because she was born in 2005, and so if she would turn 5, it would have been 2010. Yeah.
No, I remember that. It was cold as hell.
Yeah, we went with the whole family, and it was freezing. I had to have, my boyfriend was coming later, because he had to work or something, and I had to bring me new shoes, because my feet got wet, and I was going to get frostbite on my toes. It was that bad. But once I got the new shoes, I was good. And what was awesome about it was everybody left the park that day. We had the place to ourselves. We stayed till the fireworks. We had no lines. It was great.
That's funny that all the people left, because they're probably all from up north and used to it, and us Floridians bear through it to get our one chance
Our
at
one
going to
chance.
Disney. And going to Disney without it just being jam-packed. Yeah, DeSantis hates Disney just because of their woke policies.
I love DeSantis.
I have mixed feelings about DeSantis. I like his gusto.
I like
Don't
his
agree with
gusto.
his reasons all the time.
I like he can stand up to everybody.
Yeah.
I like a person like that.
I don't know. I feel like he kind of fucks over his constituents and
Does he
stuff.
railroad people?
Yeah, just to get his anti-woke message out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Disney's woke in the States, but abroad, I mean, they'll fit whatever narrative they need to, like in China.
Whatever agenda
Yeah.
fits them.
They are not woke at all in China. Like I said, Black Panther wasn't even on the Avengers posters in China. They know. China's their biggest market.
That's crazy. I can't imagine marketing something in China. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That is a whole other podcast.
Yeah, I remember taking my kids to Disney, and like I said, we had the free passes sometimes, and sometimes we'd suck it up and pay. When we'd suck it up and pay, it was terrible, because, I mean, we'd spend, it'd be $300 just to get the three of us in, and then parking and food. I mean, you can't go for less than a $500 day. Not everybody has that to just throw out in a day.
This? Like what time?
Well,
Time frame.
they're 18 and 25 now, so like 10, 15 years ago, probably.
So even then, like, it was still relatively affordable, but now, no chance.
But not $500 in one day that's not even relatively affordable for most people.
Yeah, you're right.
Most people don't have just an extra $500 sitting around.
But it was possible.
Impossible. True.
Now it's just, everything costs money, like, and you need to plan your day out. It's not even fun anymore.
It's not fun.
That's why Universal has kind of picked up the slack with Wizarding World and their new Nintendo World and everything, and honestly, I don't blame them.
I've only been to Universal once, and it was in 1998.
I've always liked Universal better, personally.
I went there for Halloween Horror Nights, and I got so stoned before I went in there, and I had no idea they were going to run up to you with chainsaws and shit. I was like, holy shit, I was so scared to death. I thought they were real. I was so high. I was like, oh my God. I had to go sit down on a bench.
I don't know what she expected, to be honest.
I didn't know what the fuck it was going to be.
Everyone has a too fucked up at Halloween Horror Night story.
And it was so busy that we couldn't get on anything, and all we did was sit on a bench and drink beer and watch people watch. That's all we did. We went on one fucking ride. It sucked.
Doesn't even sound like a bad time, to be honest.
No, it was fun. Well, it was like the first time I just had my son, so that's why I remember it was 98 because he was born in 97. So it was the first time one of the first times I was able to just get out. So I was just happy to be out without a baby.
And you got scared shitless.
God, I did. Oh man, I don't think I've ever been scared that much.
Really?
Oh, he ran up on me, like right in my face, and I must have
scared
screamed, and I don't know, I must have just ran. I just screamed and ran away from him.
Probably a great compliment to the scare actors.
He's like, I really got this one.
But yeah, no, I mean, Universal's, because I feel like Disney is an empire in decline. I mean, I don't follow their stocks or anything, but it just seems like people are having less and less interest and are more jaded towards Disney. So I kind of hope these other parks around here pick up the slack. It's always been Disney.
That's what I don't like about it. And I don't think my kids really, once they get old enough, it's like everything in there's fake.
Yeah, and there's no thrill rides or anything.
I prefer to go to the mountains or, someplace with natural beauty that's real.
Oh, that's a hot take. Much cheaper.
Oh yeah, I love stuff like that. I mean, go to the ocean, go snorkeling, see go to Disney and you go snorkeling, and you see a fake reef and fake fish. Like, who wants to do that? Why wouldn't you go to a real ocean and see real coral and real fish?
That's scary.
No, it's not. It's wonderful. Snorkeling is the best thing in the world to do. That's a whole other podcast.
Although it is funny hearing the tourists not realizing how big this state is, like coming in and saying, we think we want to take a day trip down to Miami while we're here, and it's like,
oh yeah, we're taking a day trip down to Key West.
Yeah,
I laugh so hard when I hear that. That's like 12-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 hours to get down to the end of the state, and then another however many hours to get through the Keys.
I think to get from Key West to here is at least 8 hours, but probably 12, because it's 4 hours to get to like Boca del Rey. It's another like 2 hours to get to the end of Miami, and it might even be worse now. That's when I used to live down there, which was before '99. So you figure that's 6 hours right there, and if you can get to Key West in 2 hours from the end, good luck.
No way.
Good luck.
But the point of that is,
you jump off the bridge and swim faster than you can drive in 2 hours.
Ride a dolphin.
Hey, that'd be fun.
That would be pretty fun.
I would do it.
Florida's natural beauty is, way better than any of the
When I had my boat and we went to Homosassa, the dolphins were all like flitting around the boat and jumping around and like it was like they were performing just for us. It was amazing. It was better than any show at Disney or any dolphin show you would ever see.
Because you're in the wild. You don't feel like guilt about it.
I almost jumped in the water with them.
You could have.
I don't know. Something told me it probably wasn't wise.
You would have been fine.
And then I find out that they are very territorial and they've like killed people and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. They might have fucked you up now.
I
got attacked by a dolphin in Bahamas, but that's another podcast too.
Oh, wow. We got a lot of them in us, I think.
We have a lot of ideas.
You guys got to keep tuning in because we've got a lot of ideas here.
I used to live in Homosassa, actually. Yeah.
I love Homosassa. We would take our boat over there and we'd stay in those little cabins right on the river.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go, oh my God, when you go out into the Gulf and it's so clear. I went scalloping over there. That was the funnest ever.
Scallops are fucking weird.
I love scallops. I love diving down and getting them and coming back up. Diving down and getting them and coming back up. Diving down and getting them and coming back up. But the water was so clear that I would sit on the edge of my boat and look down. I saw manta rays. I saw sharks. I saw turtles. I saw fish. I saw just everything just sitting on the end of my boat like this.
It's pretty cool.
It's amazing out there. I never knew that it was ever. One time we went from Homosassa and up to Crystal River and back. That was a long
Is
trip.
It long? I thought they were close by.
It's pretty long.
On a
pretty
boat?
long to do on your own boat.
Okay, yeah, on a boat.
And then we fucked the boat up in Crystal River because we saw these roseate spoonbills. These birds that are kind of rare that I'd never seen in the wild before.
I call them knockoff flamingos.
Knockoff flamingos, but I'd never seen them in the wild, and they were on the edge of the Crystal River, and there's all these oyster beds and everything. And I'm like, go closer, I want to see. Crunch. We took out the whole lower unit of the boat. Crunch. That was probably a good $4,000 repair.
Really? No kidding?
Oh, yeah. Well, we had a Volvo Penta V8 inboard motor.
I didn't even know Volvo made boat motors.
That sucker flew.
Huh.
It sucked up gas, but it flew. It was so fast.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I love my boat. That's a whole nother podcast. We got about eight of them so far.
What else did we say we wanted to
Oh, the
talk
traffic.
about? Oh, God.
The traffic.
Oh, Lord.
I-4. They've been working on an I-4 project. What do they call it? The ultimate I-4 project.
I-4 Ultimate, yeah.
For 10 years. Countless people have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
Construction workers and... Oh, God. I would shoot myself in the face if I had to do that.
It's terrible. And I don't see any end in sight, to be
honest.
Never.
They'll never be done, ever, ever, ever.
We just need one more lane to thin out the traffic. Just one more lane.
And that's just I-4. Now, if you go down to 182, which is like Kissimmee, and it's a real touristy area, lots of restaurants and like cheap kind of cheesy motels and stuff. It used to be like the heyday, but its heyday is past.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
If any of you guys have seen the Florida Project, that's the area we're talking about.
Yeah, there might be a few hookers down there, and maybe some drug dealers, and might run into some stuff like that.
And the traffic's shit there too.
The traffic's terrible.
And if you go down to the other end on West Colonial, you can't go from Claremont to Orlando on West Colonial in any reasonable amount of time because
I actually did. Where was I going? I had to go somewhere for something, and the GPS took me that way. It took me all the way down Colonial instead of maybe there was traffic somewhere else or something, but it was like the middle of the day. Where the hell was I going? I had no idea where I was going. Maybe somewhere for my accident. My lawyer, maybe some of the stuff I had to do for my accident. It was something like that. It was weird.
But was it terrible? Or
No, there's no traffic. A freaking breezeway.
Well, don't listen to me, I guess. Every experience I have with West Colonial is awful. But, I mean, they're just building too much housing that the infrastructure can't handle.
They have killed Claremont where we live.
Absolutely.
Claremont used to be the sleepy little town. When I moved here in 99, it was Highway 27 and Highway 50, an intersection of the two. There was a Burger King, a McDonald's, a Publix, an Eckerd Drugs, and a Kmart. That was basically it.
Eckerd's.
I love the Eckerd Drugs.
Good heavens, a throwback. But yeah, now
we have those in South Florida too.
Expensive condos around here, raising our price of living when half the people that own the places aren't even there.
Now we have, what, 4 Publixes just in Claremont alone?
At least.
There's a Citrus Tower, there's Montverde, there's the new one in Mineola, there's the one in Groveland. I might as well count that. There's like 4. We have like 4 Publixes. We got a Target, a Walmart. We got a shopping center with like a JCPenney's, a movie theater, a whole Olive Garden, whole 9 yards.
We got an Olive Garden, folks.
Frozen pasta meals.
But last thing I will say about Disney's preferential treatment, noise ordinance. You know how noise ordinance in pretty much all over the states, like 9 p.m. You can't be obscenely loud after that time.
Is it 9 p.m.? Is it that early?
9 or 10.
Yeah, maybe 10.
But man, I live close enough to hear the fireworks, and they be setting them off at all hours of the night doing tests and stuff.
Yeah.
At 1 a.m., just stuff like artillery going off in the distance. And I don't know how to get away with that stuff. Like I said, 'cause they do own a county and pretty much make up our economy here in Central Florida, but I don't think that's right. I don't like Disney.
No, I can't stand them. I know some people that work there, and I've always just pitied them so much. Like, I always thought, Oh my God, if I ever was down and out enough that I had to go work there, I would gouge my own eyeballs out. I could not do it. I could not go in there and smile all the time for all those people and all those goddamn motherfucking kids. Nope.
Yes, everyone that seems to work there, like the experience is miserable, but they stay for the benefits. The benefits are good. I'll give them that. But
I'd rather just buy my own benefits. Like right now, I buy my own insurance.
Awesome.
I buy my own vacation.
Do you get free Disney tickets though?
See, we are deconstructing society.
Society being Disney around here.
Yes.
I think they need to deconstruct that place.
Yes. I sleep in the day. I sleep the opposite of normal people. We live an unconventional life here in Central Florida.
But, yeah, that's our take. We have a few plugs, though, if you're still hanging around.
Well, we also needed to talk about a couple other things, I thought.
Oh, I thought we had a 15-minute time limit. Whatever you want to do, I'll talk about anything.
We could keep going a little bit.
Sure.
Well, we want to talk about the mouse ears.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a good racket they have going. This thing's
For
like
real?
$30.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Everybody's wearing them.
And their merchandise sucks. Every year you go, you take your kid in the gift shop. The kid's all excited. The kid walks around for 20 minutes and can't find something that they want. Because their merchandise sucks.
It really does.
It's
and I can't even explain why. It just doesn't...
It's just awful. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't even get to go to that place because I lived in New York until I was 18. We used to go to Darien Lake, which is a really neat, like, its own little park, not part of Disney, obviously. And, like, Crystal Beach, I think it was called. Cute little place. So I never got to go as a kid, and I always thought it would be cool. But I didn't go until I was probably 25, 26.
Oh, okay.
I also got my first cell phone when I was 25. It's crazy.
New York things.
New York. But not that New York. More Buffalo.
Okay.
Less New York and more New York. Now, and then the cost of the shitty food?
Well, the food's always been hell expensive there. But yeah, it's not good.
No.
That's the big reason why Disney always hated the annual pass owners, because we would go in, not spend a dime on merchandise or food there, ride all the rides, take up space, and then leave.
Yeah. Perfect.
And that's probably their biggest racket, I'd say, is food. Good.
Oh, it's like $20 for a kid's meal.
It's crazy.
And you don't get, it's not.
It's not great.
No, it's not. You would expect it gourmet.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I will say is there's a place is it in SeaWorld or is it in Disney? I want to say it's in Disney. The Shark restaurant.
Oh, that's in SeaWorld, the one where you dine with the sharks?
Yes.
That one was pretty good, actually.
I'm telling you, I got a shark tattooed on my arm. I love.
She loves sharks.
I love sharks.
No, that is a cool restaurant, though.
That is so cool. I took one of the kids there for their birthday one year. I think my son. And that's really cool. You sit there and the sharks swim right by your table. And
if I remember right, it wasn't, like, absorbently expensive.
It was stupid expensive. But,
was it?
But it was like a fine dining restaurant. Like, you're going to,
right.
They have, like, a filet mignon on the menu for, like, $35. You kind of expect that. Yeah. You get to pay that at Outback.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I kind of want to go see some sharks now.
Me too. I want to go to Outback. Do you think Disney's too big to fail?
No, absolutely not. I think, like I said, they're an empire in decline right now.
They're
never going to fail. I'll take that back. They're not going to fail. But
I would never buy stock in that company right now.
Yeah, that's
Never.
probably smart.
Yeah, never.
They're pissing too many people off.
I got my little Tesla stock in my Cash App.
Yeah.
I put 28 cents a week into it.
Tesla's a safe bet, honestly.
That's what I figured.
Pretty safe.
Well, one other thing is Cypress Gardens. What
I'm glad
Disney did to Cypress Gardens, the decline of Cypress Gardens due to Disney, but I think it still did good.
Cypress Gardens was around before Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they were on in like I want to say like the 30s or 40s, because remember they had you know what I need?
They had a water skiing
I need
show.
to Google that because they had, the water skiing show, and that was all like, I wonder when that was, but they had the most beautiful gardens, the most beautifully landscaped gardens with flowers and palm trees and waterfalls and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And they went on forever. You could walk those gardens for hours.
Now it's Legoland.
Oh, that
They
pissed
seem to
me
be doing
off.
all right.
They do. It pissed me off when they sold it.
That's kind of out of the reach of Disney, though. Out of the sphere.
Yeah. Well, and we would always go, like, I would take my kids there just to avoid Disney, and it was fun because you get in for like $25 a piece, and the food wasn't exorbitantly expensive.
You could get on the rides.
You get right on the rides. You get right on the rides. The kids aren't all fussing. The kids get to ride all the rides. Plus, there's a water park in the back.
I forgot about I remember when they built that.
You can go there. You go and get the 2-day pass. You go do the regular park one day, and then you do the water park the next day. We did that when my cousins came up from South Florida. Man, I had a blast.
I literally remember when they built that water park. Probably was one of the first people on those tall slides in the back.
It was a nice water park too. Like, I mean, it amused kids all day long.
Mm-hmm. That's got to still be around. I'm sure they kept the water park for Legoland.
I hope they did. But I was wondering, I've always wanted to go there since it became Legoland and see what they did to the gardens.
I think they are still there as well. They just made them Lego themed. I love Legos.
I do too, because my son, I used to get him all those kits. Every year he got giant Lego kits for Christmas. Like the big battleships, and he got Star Wars, everything. Like $150 freaking Lego sets.
Like I said, I love Legos.
I hated stepping on them in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're about at the end of our show. What do you think, Brycey?
Covered everything we wanted to briefly. I'm glad you remembered to bring up Cypress Gardens, because, man, if you're not from Central Florida, you don't know about all that.
No, man, you missed out. You missed out on Cypress Gardens. But you know what? Every place in the country's got their little...
That's true.
Their little thing. Like when we went to that Darien Lake place, it was awesome. They had the whole middle of the park was like a water slide mountain. And then all around the park, there was they had the big roller coaster and cool rides. Like it was, they made it when I was a kid, so it was kind of updated for then. But it was fun.
Yeah, you're right, though. Everywhere does kind of have their own little secret spots.
Their own little secret spots, yeah. So we have a couple of advertisements to run through for you guys. Please stay with us and listen if you don't mind. This is from Crack Fam 23. And... a book that will be coming out called The Crack Chronicles, a memoir. And we're also going to put into Free George Vega and Free at Last, Victory for Vega. And then we have Conceptual Cleaning.
We have many scripts here. We want to get them right.
Yeah, don't mind us. Okay. If you're looking for a complete cleaning of your residence, let Conceptual Cleaning take care of it. Complete inside and out cleaning. Is there anything they don't cover? I don't think so. Conceptual Cleaning, your complete service provider. ConceptualCleaning.com. Go to their website. You can book services on the website. The phone number will be on the website. Website's gorgeous. They do a great job. Check them out. And then we also have one more. Bear with me. Okay. Are you someone who is considered sociably unacceptable? Do you feel that society is set up to punish the person that you genuinely are for not wanting to conform to what the majority of the population has been programmed to be? Definitely. Would you rather live a life being exactly who you are and be shunned by society rather than conforming to what society expects and giving up everything that makes you your genuine self? Then don't worry, there's a movement in the works called United Scum Association. SCUM stands for Society Kills Us Mentally, and think of it as the anti-supreme. It will be exactly what Supreme is for the trendy, but Scum will be for the anti-trendy. The misfits, the drug addicts, the underbelly of society. We are starting off with clothing, accessories, paraphernalia, etc. But the goal is to eventually become a community-based organization that helps those that are feeling like society has given up on them. So essentially, Scum wants to start harm reduction programs that provide free, clean drug accessories like stems, syringes, ties, Narcan, drug tests, fentanyl test strips, and much more. The point of harm reduction programs are to help those involved in substances get access to all social services and benefits assistance that they are entitled to a lot easier than it is now. As you may know, there are not too many harm reduction programs in the Central Florida area, maybe less than a handful. So by helping and supporting the SCUM movement and what will come of it, you will possibly be part of helping others get more access to services. They need that have been made getting nearly impossible. It is still in the works, but donations and pre-orders are available. Pre-orders for Scum Swag, which is basically a promo package of the first items that will be produced by Scum, along with a personalized coupon code that you exclusively can use to promote to others that are worthy of being included, and also it will give you a percentage of whatever is purchased. So I hope that whoever is interested will get in contact. I'm Scumbag Slim. My Snapchat is ScumbagSlim666. Instagram is at infamous_scum_. infamous_.s.k.u.m_. Telegram, scum-bag_slim. If your donations and support, Cash App is $DOREAL _ground SHT, and Venmo at Scumset. Thank you everyone in advance. Thank Boat Girl for having me on the show. Everybody go read the Crack Chronicles and tune in for every episode of her new podcast. So until next time, Scumbag Slim out.